Coming up, some amazing video you don't want to miss.
Right, Matt Rogers is with the world-famous sword swallower. And that sword swallower, by the way, is from right here in the Inland Northwest. We're going to show it to you coming up on the Wake Up Show on KHQ.
Now cuts like a knife, but it feels so right.
5:42 on the Wake Up Show on a Friday. And, you know, Matt, who runs all of our great music, does a great job. Has a little sense of humor. He's playing Cuts Like a Knife. There's a reason he's playing that.
Right, and that's because Matt Rogers interviewed a sword swallower, one of the best in the world, from right here in the Inland Northwest.
Well, I am here with Brad Byers, a sideshow artist who is world-renowned. Brad, you have been on numerous television shows around the world performing your different acts. First of all, welcome and thanks for joining me.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Let's talk a little bit about what you do, because it's not your average run-of-the-mill 9 to 5 sit behind a desk job, is it?
No, it's very different, very unusual, and very dangerous.
Be scared, be squeamish, but be watching as 11 double-edged 27 and 3/4 inch swords fill my esophagus.
So give us a sense of how this all got started.
Well, I began as a juggler in the circus, and to make it more original and hopefully bigger and more prestigious bookings, I decided to add sword swallowing to my juggling routine, just swallowing of a sword. It became such a big hit that I eventually developed it into a separate act all on its own.
On Saturday the 20th, you attempted to break your own world record. Tell me about that.
Well, I currently hold the world's record, Guinness World Record, for swallowing 10 27-inch swords and twisting them in my throat. On Saturday, at the Palouse Mall in Moscow, I swallowed 11 swords and twisted them in my throat for a new world record. The epiglottis is controlled by involuntary reflexes. With just my mind, I have to control it to stay open and allow the sword to pass down. Also, gagging is an involuntary reflex. I have to override that with my mind and suppress all the gag reflexes. Now, some of it is training. I have some natural ability. I've stretched my esophagus some to accommodate more blades. And so it's part mental, part physical.
Many of them won't attempt this twist maneuver. Why is that?
Well, sword swallowers are not common, but out of the handful of sword swallowers there are in the world that are performing like I am, they do not twist the swords and they do not have loose swords. And the reason for that is, as the swords go down or you twist them, there can be what is known as a scissoring action. And that'll just shred your esophagus. Some sword swallowers have literally died from injuries to their esophagus. They bleed to death.
Does that ever enter your mind as you perform, Brad?
As I perform, I block that from my mind. It'll certainly get in the way.
Yeah.
But the most unusual thing is the twist, which I invented that move. Also, I put the swords down, not only loose, but I put them down one at a time until all 11 are down, which is considered the most dangerous possible way to swallow them. Guinness recommends that you swallow the swords simultaneously to be safe. To be safer, relatively safer.
Well, we've got you here. Do you think you would be willing to do a little sword swallowing for us?
You bet.
Okay, well, we are going to show that to our viewers coming up a little bit later on here on The Wake Up Show. Thanks for being here, Brad.
Oh my gosh, and if you're like us, you had a lot of thoughts and comments during that whole interview. It's hard to watch.
You know, Brad has obviously nerves of steel.
Couldn't do that.
No.
I couldn't do that.
And then what, you know, just watching him do all that, obviously he's been practicing for a long time, but when he twisted them all, that's when it was like, whoa.
Yeah, our producer basically said, get your cough drops ready. It really just wants you, it makes you want to suck on a cough drop, doesn't it?
It does. All right, we're checking that forecast. We're at 19 degrees, which is relatively warm considering where we've been.
For the last couple